from the Pinstripe Chronicles, and I got my brother Uncle Tats here. Rob is going to be with us tomorrow. He's a little bit tied up with work today, unfortunately, but we send our love to my man Robinho. Look forward to having him join us tomorrow during our 12-hour live stream, which Uncle Tats will break down for us at the end of the show. We got a full-packed show here today for you guys, so we're going to break down the AZ series. Another win for us, baby. Another series win for us. 6-1. We'll take it. Bad news with Johnny Lasagna going on the 60-day IL. That sucks. We'll break that down for you. We'll also have our series awards. We got the series awards from the Arizona game, so we'll break that down. We got Rob to send in his awards so that we can complete it. So everyone in the chat, get your thinking caps on as to who the award winners were for the series. And then we're going to break down the home opener as well. Exciting day, home opener. Everyone's excited. The chat's excited. Let's see who's in the chat here before we ask Uncle Tats here how he's feeling about a home opener. Another glorious day in Yankee history. Another home opener. Can't wait. Well, what we got? Who we got in the chat here, guys? Come on. Who we got in the chat? We got John Seco. What's up, John? Excited to see you.
Good morning, Joan.
I didn't see Santana. She's saying, yeah, that's because little Wise is unfortunately out. CWE, salute CWE. Salute FL Diver. Salute Stevie B. Salute to who else we got? Oh, Dad in the chat. Salute to Rob's dad. And we got FJ in the chat. We got Sean in the chat. We got Medina in the chat. We got Joe Coelho in the chat. We got NFE. Salute NFE. What's the NFE thing here? Medina playing hooky. Fans doing dog. Yeah, we love the dog. We love our new dog here. Got the Upper Deck Show. Salute to the Upper Deck Show.
Good morning, Lynn.
Yeah, yo. Demon D. What's up, Demon D? What's going on, fellas? I'm getting ready for the game at Yankee Stadium. Loving the energy. We love it. Yes, we're very, very excited. And I can't imagine anyone's more excited than my brother here, Uncle Tats. How are you feeling about another home opener, my guy?
Shit, it's the home opener. We just took a road trip 6-1 against the Astros and the Diamondbacks. The boys are coming home hot. And I gotta fulfill. So I gotta come through with something I said on Morning Brew Sports this morning. And if you do not subscribe to Morning Brew Sports, what are you doing with your life? Because Jiggaman Porto does the Morning Cup of Joe. And his whole thing is about positivity. So Jigga, it's time for positivity. Yeah, oh yeah, it's time for positivity. And I'm not a singer. I'm not a singer anymore.
Sing that again for us, my guy.
I said that I would lead off the show with the positivity song. So there's the positivity song. As best as I'm not Jigga Man. Nobody can do it like Jigga. But no, and like FL Diver's saying, and everybody's saying, the dogs are back in town. Yeah, Diver knows. Medina knows. We're all hanging out in the morning. 9:00 in the morning is the best way. I'm telling you, that is probably the best morning show. It's a half-hour show. It's amazing. But what also is amazing is the strength of this community and this family with all the Yankee shows that are on YouTube. So before we really break into it, and I'm going to get into it again as the show goes on. I'm going to mention a lot today. All right. So here's your warning about it. But tomorrow we are doing a 12-hour live stream with the Pinstripe Chronicles hosts. We're all teaming together, and we are putting on a fundraiser, a show, a spectacle, a family get-together for Parkinson's. So make sure that you tune in. There'll be there'll be links in the chat of how to donate, whether it's $1 or anything that you guys can do for Parkinson's. We really appreciate the love and support from this family, and it's been something that myself, Donald, Rob, Lynn, we've been so proud to kind of band together to put this together. Put this fundraiser together. It really is. So with that being said, the other thing that is positive, it definitely is a glorious time to be a Yankee fan and to start the season, because we have a team, as Verdugo says, are a bunch of dogs. We are ready. We are on the we. I don't want to say on the attack because I kind of, when they say that, doesn't it give a little bad stigma to dogs that they're always going to attack you? But this team is something special. And Mr. Barrows, it is a live stream from 8 a.m. all the way through 8 p.m. So it will be nonstop. And we have pretty much every show that we've reached out to for their time to help support the cause. I'm telling you now, not one person was like, I don't know. Everybody's like, I'm in. When can I do it? What times are available? So to the whole community, all the podcast hosts, all the channels, we cannot thank you enough for standing behind us to put this together. But we do have
Uncle
a game.
Tess, have you got the times for some of the hosts, just so people know?
Oh, absolutely. Do I got the times? Come on.
Come on, huh?
So pretty much all the way from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock is just non-stop with podcasts. 9 o'clock, actually at 9:30 is the No Crying in Baseball podcast. At 10 a.m., you'll see the Strike Zone hanging out with us in NFE. At 11:30, Pete Simonetti from NYYU. And then we got at 12 o'clock, we got Jake and Envy from Yankees Twitter. 12:30, Talking Rivals. Right now that's committed. And there are some that times were flexible because people, everybody has a family. They're actually volunteering their time on their Saturday. So there was some spots that were flexible. But the committed times we have right now, 2 o'clock, you'll see Jason from 161 River Avenue. 5 p.m., our guy Mazza from the 4 Train Express is going to be joining us. At 6 p.m., you'll have Hector from the Morning Brew. And we all love Hector from the Morning Brew. And then our final guest to close out the show, Chris Vitale from Bull9.com. Chris has been a phenomenal friend to us even before the podcast was started. So closing it out with him was it seems fitting that he was able to jump in with us. So there's going to be a lot of people coming to hang out. I can't stress enough the love and appreciation I have for everybody that responded to all the messages and just they worked with us. And I'm very rarely I'm speechless. The support of this, I'm speechless. I don't even want to say it to everybody. So hopefully this is everything that we have built it up to be. But that will be a 12-hour day for a lot of us tomorrow. It's gonna be busy. But we're gonna have a lot of fun.
People need to hit the sub button, Uncle T. That's why people need to sub up to the Pinstripe Chronicles, because I can't think of any channels that go undertake a 12-hour charity thing purely voluntarily to get all the content creators of the Yankees around to join in the family and support a good cause. It's a big undertaking, so I think although Tats doesn't like to take credit, we should give Uncle T some credit here for trying to put this thing together for everyone. So salute to Uncle T. Let's break down the AZ series. What do you say, my guy?
No, look, the Arizona series. When you're going against a team that was in the World Series the year prior, you had to lower the bar a little bit going into it. because I don't think they got to after watching, especially after watching the series. They didn't get to the World Series by accident. They have a strong core of players. They have a very good vibe around their team that feels like they really can beat any team that's put in front of them. So when after the first two games when we split, it came to the rubber match, and what a freaking game that was! All the ups and downs. The extra innings, the late inning heroics on both sides because both teams were refusing to lose. So the fact that we were able to come out on top and take the game, it really is a testament to the fortitude of the Yankees. And they are trying to erase all the negativity away from last year, the years before, when they really always stumbled out of the gate. They were always felt like they were playing catch up to everybody else. Where now it's like everybody's got to catch up to them. So the taking 2 out of 3 from a team that was in the World Series, that is a huge morale boost to that organization and to that clubhouse. You can't take anything away from that.
I completely agree. What was noticeable was the largely great pitching. I felt.
Yep.
I think over the piece, the pitching was very, very good. I can't even argue with Clay Holmes, despite the runs being given up. It was not his fault. He actually pitched very, very well. You could see the sinker was sinking very, very well, and it was unfortunate that runs came across, but that was just due to some defensive errors. Otherwise, I thought Rodon was great. I thought Luis Gil was sensational. Nestor wasn't great, but he is what he is. Ian Hamilton was absolutely sensational. Birdie was good. There's a lot of things to credit. I thought Caleb Ferguson did a good job. There's a lot to be excited about with the bullpen, despite the news about Johnny Lasagna, who pitched a nice inning too. But the bullpen pitched largely very, very well, apart from Cousins, and the starting pitching was excellent, apart from Nestor. So there was that, and offensively, we got the big clutch hits when needed in the first and last games of the series. So it says a lot about the fortitude of this team. There's a different energy, it's a different vibe. It's night and day, 100% night and day from last year. Like, it's not even noticeable. It's a completely different team. This is a team of fighters here, or as Dougal likes to say, dogs. There's a lot of dogs here in this team. Like, there just is. There's a different energy, different vibe, and I'm totally on board with it, man. I'm totally on board. I'm very excited for the season ahead. I think this is going to be a special season. Absolutely. Just saying this now, guys. You can timestamp this. This is going to be a special year, Yankee fans. I don't know how it's going to end, but I just know that it's going to be a special year. So that's my hot take. 6-1. It's the first time we've been 6-1 in like 2 decades or some shit. It's just this is a different energy here, guys. Different energy. Sean Browning says even Judge is showing more swag. He's showing some swag, all right. It's really exciting here. Got a lot of people in the chat talk about Big G. Spoiler alert, we'll be talking about our awards. Maybe even talking about the awards now. I thought it was a good series. I'll tell you what, Uncle Tex, didn't you have a prediction that the Yankees would win
6-5? Yep.
Did you predicted that? Didn't
I
you?
actually, for once, I got something right.
My God.
I was saying, I said to NFE yesterday on his stream, I said, I actually predicted it. I'm like, I'm never right. I know. Look, we got the tapes. I'm never right with anything.
I know. My God. So that was, that's a huge credit to you, my guy. You nailed that. So I think
I picked 2 numbers. Let's not make it seem like I'm, Miss Chloe or something,
That's it. Nostradamus over here. What's the lottery numbers, my guy? What's the lottery numbers? So we'll have to ask Uncle T what his prediction is for the home opener, because there's a good chance he might nail it.
Ah. Well, let's talk about the Arizona series.
Let's walk before we can run.
Why don't we kick off the awards? We'll close out that series discussion, and then we'll focus on the Blue Jays.
Well, yeah. First of all, how cool was Verdugo with that monster home run? That was clutch.
Ooh, awesome.
That was
awesome.
huge. That was huge. Aaron Judge getting off the board. So he's got one in the home run column now. That's him back. So that's a great start for us, man. And there was clutch hits as well. So yeah, it was good to see Dugo Dog doing his thing. That's for you, Lynn, the new Dugo Dog. That's her nickname for him. And Aaron Judge getting moving. So he had a good end to the series. A lot to be excited about, man. So let's get in the awards. Everyone, get your awards ready. Let's ask Uncle T. Who was the MVP of the series? It's not straightforward.
Oh, the MVP. That's the MVP. Look, I don't think the awards for this series was as cut dry as the Astros. So I think there's going to be a lot of diversity in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going way outside the box. All right. And before, look, we got company. We got company. Anything? What's going on, bro?
Go! Let's go!
Just in time to kick off the award segment, bro.
Let's go.
You ready?
Get your awards ready. Are you ready?
All right. Here's my
About it.
Here's my MVP. Aaron Boone.
Okay. Explain.
Solid lineup. Didn't tinker with it too much to screw everything up. Made the right decisions with the pitching. I think that it's about time. Why not? Because who knows how long we're going to be praising him. So let's give him the MVP. He put a team together that was gelling well, kept the momentum going into a team, going against a team that was in the World Series. I can't stress that enough. Because it was, and FJ, don't get ahead of me now, FJ. To walk the bases loaded to face the pitching position. That's a manager that knows the game. There's not somebody looking at the book. He had the wherewithal and the heads up in his head. If we get, it's that's where you can plan.
Question: do you think he would have done that last year?
No. Oh, absolutely not. His ego would have said, "I'm going to have I can get that guy. My guy can get that guy out." But he recognized the hot player coming to the bait.
Case in point, when he pitched to Ohtani,
bingo,
and it went yard. But
it's not like first base was open. Third base was open.
That's it. First base was open. Pitched to Ohtani, went yard. He's learned from it. I love it. Anything.
Man, Uncle Tat said Aaron Boone.
I think I just sat through an earthquake.
Whoa.
My whole house just shook like you.
Now shook?
I never felt before. I don't know if the winds are that strong.
We almost experienced an earthquake live
Maybe
stream.
God's telling us that Aaron Boone was the MVP.
Yep.
Yeah, the world just shook. Oh, man. Oh, Medina said he felt it too.
Yep.
Oh, nosebleed section in Jersey? Okay.
Wow.
Whoa.
So we were live for an earthquake.
Oh, man. All right. Everything good? Everybody okay?
Yeah, the house is still standing, so.
All right, that's good. I was like, what? Earthquake? Uh-oh. Oh, man. But,
no!
oh, God. I'm going to continue. You know what? I'm going to continue with the coaching staff. I'm going to go Matt Blake.
Excellent choice.
I'm going to go Matt Blake. I think he has done a tremendous job with this pitching. Even when these guys were in a jam, he would come out, settle them down, and the pitching did just fine. Even the bullpen, even in Clay Holmes' shaky situations, he still did fine. Like I gotta give credit to Matt Blake. I gotta give credit to him. I'll mention one more thing about this. With Nestor Cortez, I've been saying it. You've all been hearing me say it. He's been my question mark in the starting rotation. He still is, but I got to give some credit to him though, because he gives up a few runs in the first inning, but then he redeems himself in the following innings. So I got to give him credit there, but he has to come out with some fire in that first inning. He can't give up 3-4 runs right in those first 2 innings. That's my only concern with him. But anyway, MVP, Matt Blake.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
We will ask the fans next. Fans, who have we got as the MVP? Now, it looks like Hamilton is winning. So we've got.
Did you give yours?
We'll get to me after.
Okay. Well, I keep forgetting you the other day. I want to make sure I don't get in trouble.
Damn it, Uncle T. Right. So at the moment, we've got 2 for Hamilton, maybe even 3. So it looks like Hamilton is the MVP for this. Sean's going James Rowson. So that's a decent take there. But at the moment, it looks like Hamilton is the fans' choice as MVP. What an incredible outing from Hamilton with 4 strikeouts over the 2 innings. So the fans have given it to Hamilton. I like that one. That's my favorite so far. And let's get Rob's choice for MVP. So Rob sending it in to us. And Rob has the MVP being... He's got Aaron Judge. So Rob is going with the captain to 99 for MVP. Now me, that's a tough one because there's actually quite a few candidates. Volpe had 5 hits. He had the 4-for-4 game. He had the 5 hits. Judge had the big home run, but he had kind of a quiet series apart from that. Verdugo, he came up clutch with that big 2-run home run. So there's a lot of candidates. And then there's Ian Hamilton, who is fantastic. Ooh, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Let me go with Verdugo. I'm going to go with Verdugo. It's the MVP. The big home run, I'm going to go with Verdugo. It was close, though. There's a lot of candidates, as I mentioned. Okay, So low-key MVP. The low-key MVP. All right, Uncle T, who's your low-key MVP?
See, I'm going to go with your MVP. I'm going with Verdugo. The clutch home run. You don't need to be in Yankee Stadium to have a Yankee moment.
Yep.
And the fact he continues to prove himself with the glove. I mean, it's amazing what happens when you have a legitimate left fielder. But no, we're seeing the payoff of the Verdugo trade by with that at bat, not caving to the pressure of the game itself. And he handled his business. He kept the Yankees. He's like, nope, game's not ending on my watch. And when you have that kind of attitude, he's my low-key MVP.
I like it. NFB.
Low-key MVP. Just over the 3-game series, right? Or we're just talking about the last game?
3-game series.
No, the three game set.
Okay.
It's not easy, is it?
No, it's not, man. It's not. It's like, who do you pick?
Really?
I could go. Say that again.
There's only one wrong answer.
Yeah, seriously. It's like I could go Carlos Rodon. I could go Ian Hamilton. There's choices there, right? I mean, those are the 2 names, but I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go Hamilton on this one, just because he's low key MVP. I mean, can't go wrong with him. So ever.
Let's see what the fans are saying. So we got Sean, who's going to go Volpe. And let's see, who else have we got here? FL Divers going Judge. And anyone else? Mr. Barros, I'm picking Stanton. No, the low-key MVP, man. Not,
Yeah, that's to take the
L. Yeah, so that's not the award. I'm hoping the Stanton turns around award has not come around just yet, my guy. So we've got one for Volpe. Oh, it's a tough one for me. So I've given Verdugo the MVP. I think the low-key MVP is probably Hamilton. I'm going to go with Hamilton. It was tough. It's a tough one. But, yeah, I think that the low-key MVP needs to be Hamilton because he arguably saved the series when he came in that spot with the runners on first and second, and he got out of it. He's a Terminator. We need to get a new name for him. I think it's the Terminator. He is fantastic. So Hamilton gets that low-key MVP award for myself. And, okay, Rob has Weaver as the low-key MVP. Pretty good shout. What do you guys think about Weaver getting a shout out from Rob?
No, being able to go out there for the extra innings. That's a very respectable. I can't argue that. That's a good call by Rob.
And Mr. Miracle, oh, sorry. I think Rob will laugh at this. Okay, so the next award is the pitching award. So we've already kind of touched on the pitchers anyway, but we've got a set pitching award. Let's go to Uncle T. Who's your pitching award going to?
You know what? I'm going Weaver. I want to say Hamilton because I'm on such a high with him, but there are other people in the pen that have held down the fort, and I think Weaver's Weaver showed that he's not. It's not a fluke that he's still on the team. So I'm going to say Weaver was. I'll give it to Weaver. I like what he was able to do. That's not an easy lineup to navigate, especially throughout multiple innings.
Mm-hmm. And so, okay, I'm going to go with Weaver. Good job. And NFB.
Luis Hill.
That's my guy. I completely agree. Anyone else in the chat? FL Divers Hamilton. John Seco Loaiska for allowing us to see Santana. Okay. And Brad saying that I'm stealing the copyright, Pete. I apologize. Thanks very much from the man down under. And so who else have we got? Rodon, Stevie B. Yeah, I agree. Rodon's a good candidate. There's actually a lot of different ones. So some are saying Hamilton, one saying Loaiska, one saying Rodon. So the next one wins. Come on, guys. The next one wins.
Yeah, we're waiting for that next one. But you see Hill. There you go.
Jones got Hill. Good job, Joan. Hill wins. And for me, it's my boy Hill. Let's go, Luis Hill.
No, you know what? You know why Hill gets a good vote? Because he had to start the series. So his outing just set the tone for the for everything to follow.
Exactly.
Good call.
Yeah. And I want to add to that too. I mean, Hill didn't pitch for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
He was coming back from Tommy John surgery. Some fans were not happy about him getting the being the fifth man in the rotation. He looked great this spring, and I was confident that he was going to do well, that he was going to pitch well. And he came out. He came out with guns blazing, man. He looked great on the mound. I wish Boone let him finish it out because I really wanted him to get that win. But I also understand why Boone did what he did. He kept him at a certain pitch count. So got to keep the players safe, keep them healthy, right? Which was a problem a season ago. So we gotta keep that same. We gotta keep these guys healthy. But yeah, I was very impressed with Hill's performance and the movement on his pitches, man. It's so unreal. So unreal.
Yep. I think that's a great point.
Yep.
You could make the argument that the Hill was I completely agree with Tats that he set the tone. There's a lot of questions, not from anyone in our podcast circle, but there were questions. How's he going to handle this spot? I think it was the right call, and it was confirmed. I would have loved him to go to 5 innings, and that was the only thing I've disagreed with Boone this entire start to the series. I think that was the one thing that he probably should have allowed Hill the opportunity, because how often do you have an opportunity with 4 2/3 and bases empty and a comfortable lead? I think that was the ideal spot for Luis Hill. Give him one more at bat. If the guy gets on, fine, take him out. Otherwise, give him the chance to go to 5 innings, and I think that would have been fair on the guy. I know there was a strict pitch count. I know he was on 85, and he was on about 83. But who knows? Maybe the next pitch was going to be a flyout. Who knows? You don't know. So I think that he should have gone the 5 innings. But for me, Luis Hill was incredible. His pitches were electric. His changeup was working really well. His fastball hit 100 at one point. That's crazy. We're talking about a fifth starter, quote unquote fifth starter. Arguably, he has the best stuff apart from Rodon in our entire rotation. He's got a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, a slider that has plenty of movement on it, and a nice changeup that's keeping batters off balance. So I thought Luis Hill was wonderful. He is, I actually preferred him to all our other candidates. I think he's. I'm sorry. I think he's got the best stuff of our candidates coming through, and that involves guys that are maybe preferred. I prefer Luis Hill. I think. What do you think, NFP?
No,
That's all good. I could be Tats for a minute. It's all good. You could be NFE. It's all good.
There's only one of me. You're lucky there's only one of me.
If you had a twin, that would be so dope. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. Donald's face was like, "Oh God, no, no, no." But Luis Hill.
All right, one's hard enough. Let's not do two.
Well, imagine if I had a twin. I mean, but anyway, no, Luis Hill. Out of all the candidates, I mean, it just made the most sense, right? I like Will Warren. He's going to get called up at some point. He will. All right, he will get called up this season. But to start off, right, to have that fifth man in the rotation, Luis Hill made the most sense. I mean, it was obvious that he was the better pitcher than Will Warren was. And Will Warren pitched well this spring. I liked what I saw from him. And Mr. Brown is saying he should be moved to the number 2 slot and Nestor to 5. I'm not disagreeing with that. Let's just see the next several games and how it all plays out. Then, we can talk about it. Right now, let's not ruin what we have. That's my opinion.
The realist in you wants you to go, Hill's the real deal, like we're saying, or the fan in you wants to say Hill's the real deal. The realist is like, all right, it's one start. But it was a start against the Diamondbacks. So I have full confidence going against the Blue Jays. Every game is different. The atmosphere is different. I think it benefited him starting on the road. You didn't have the home pressure. So now you got that proverbial monkey off the back, with that first return start out of the way. Now we can come home and shove. And I think he can navigate through this lineup no problem. He has the velocity to do it. So I have no concerns with Hill, even though it is just one start, but it was a monstrous start.
Damien.
What's going on, Damien?
That's why I like Hill more than Warren, because I view 2 or 3 elite pitches over 5 or 6 decent pitches. That's just my opinion.
Good point.
Warren will give you 5 or 6 different pitches. That's cool, but I like the fact that Hill has a 100-mile-an-hour fastball with plenty of movement in the slider. He's got a strikeout pitch. I like guys that have a strikeout pitch. Clark Schmidt doesn't really have a strikeout pitch. because he's relying on that curveball, and that's why he struggles to go the third time around the order because he just doesn't have great tertiary pitches. Wheat still looks like he's just a little bit ahead, and that's why I'm agreeing with CWE here. Warren's velo isn't too high. There's a completely agree.
Also,
I think
Donald, just for public service, so if I can interrupt you real quick, but Lynn just put this in the chat. Anyone heading to the stadium, check the news for the train schedules because apparently that the earthquake that we did have was a 4.8 earthquake just happened a few minutes ago across. Believe me, I was sitting in my chair and I felt I'm like, all right, I know I need, my stomach ain't rumbling that bad. But we did. New York City did have an earthquake, so if you are on the roads, hopefully everybody is safe. But check the schedules going into the Bronx because apparently some of the train schedules have been disrupted.
That's a public service announcement from Uncle
Brought
Tats.
to you by the Pinstripe Chronicles.
Yeah. Can I add one more thing about Hill real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
So I think when Cole comes back, whenever that is, to the rotation, I think you still need to keep Hill in that rotation.
Oh, 100%. A million
I think
percent.
you need to, depending on how things play out, because I don't think they're going to go with a 6-man rotation. Depending on how things play out, I mean, if Nestor continues on this trend, I hope he doesn't, right? But I think you need to put him in the bullpen.
Yep. Completely agree, man. Great point. I would say Cortez the bullpen. Cortez can go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get more into because I think that's a very viable discussion with the pitching when Cole gets back. Well, let's Donald, let's finish out the awards.
Yeah, right.
Then we'll tear Nestor apart.
Oh yeah, I'm always good with that. Okay, the Take the L award. Maybe that actually.
I said we were going to move on.
I know, right? The Take the L award. So let's go with Uncle Tats. Who takes the L?
My L is Diamondbacks manager Torey Lovello. For burning his bench before the 10th inning. I know you can't plan for how many innings you're going to play, but that's shady. If it was Boone, we'd be tearing him apart for not having anybody on the bench to hit for the pitcher. So Lovello, sorry, that's an L on you, bro.
And that's a W for Uncle Tats. That's absolutely spot on, man. I agree with you. NFB.
Man, unfortunately, and I don't want to bash him. I really want this guy to play well. Giancarlo, man.
Yep.
Yeah, dude needs to wake up.
He needs to wake up. He better wake up today. Damn it. He's hitting fourth, by the way.
Yeah, we're gonna announce the lineup. Yeah, no.
It's not dead.
But no, it's because I try not to look at it until we're on air because I like to give everybody the initial reaction.
Yeah.
But I did know that he was batting fourth from Jigga Show this morning.
Yeah, no, I agree. Let's ask what the fans are saying. FL Diver says Stanton. Jones says Stanton. Sean says Stanton. I think it's unanimous. I think it needs to be Stanton for that one. So we'll go with Big G there. Rob has the umps as the Take the L award. That's a good one too because they continue to completely miss Aaron Judge's strike zone, continue to get him done on pitches low that are basically scraping the ground, and they're calling it a strike. It's quite ridiculous at this point. So give me the robo umps. So I think he's got a good point there. For me, has to be Big G. Has to be. Big G has to wake up. And if we didn't get done for copyright, I would play the Foo Fighters song. that would be what I would be saying to Big G right now. Wake up!
No, the way he's got us so frustrated, you got to go with the Rage Against the Machine version. Wake up!
Oh, wake the F up. Yeah, G needs to wake the F up. Brad's got it right here. Back to the windmill at the plate. That's right. That slider rolling away, he is doing the windmill, and he can't see that pitch. I can't believe
he's not seeing any of the pitches.
Yeah.
So,
well, Jones throwing out there that he's going to see a soft tossing pitcher today, so it might give him a shot to run into one. But you know what? We've tried time and time again to back Stanton on this channel. I said this in Pete's stream yesterday. He's run his accountability bank is tapped out. Just because you stand in front of the microphone and you take accountability for what you're doing doesn't I can't give you a pass on that anymore. Mm-hmm. You gotta start you gotta start producing. The I'm sorry's and I'm tryings are I'm done hearing it.
Oh yeah. FL Divers got the stats here. That's crazy, bro. It's absolutely crazy. Batting 180 since June the 1st, 2022. That's insane. Because Stanton hasn't had a hot streak since he made the All-Star team 2 years ago. And ever since that All-Star break, dude's been anonymous. Like, he's not been there. Like, you might as well have him not stand at the plate with his injuries anyway.
You know what else was deceiving with Stanton? It was that double, and running it out. And then, I would have thought that would have been that catapult for him mentally going, I could still do this. And then he just completely diverted right back to what he was, like Brad said, like a windmill. He's just it's just all picking up wind. He's not connecting to the ball.
It's crazy. Well, okay, let's continue. So we got to take the L award, and the next award would be the Clutch Award. Tats, what's the Clutch Award for the series?
Verdugo.
Great one. I agree with that.
Without that home run, we're not winning the series.
That's a good one, my guy. Completely agree with that. Okay, NFB.
So I would have said Verdugo, but I want to be different. I'm gonna say Judge.
Nice one. Okay, what the fans saying? Looks like Verdugo's winning. 2 for Verdugo. Anybody else? Looks like Verdugo's going to win with the fans. Good job, Diggle dog. Rob has Diggle. So it looks like he's going to get the Clutch Award. And for me, so I've given an award to Howland. I've given an award to. Do you know who I haven't given an award to? Anthony Volpe. Anthony Volpe deserves credit. He went 4 for 4, 5 hits over the series. I've not found a way to get him an award yet. He deserves an award, so I'm going to give the award to Volpe. Even though Dougal was the one that came through in the clutch, I'm going to give Volpe a shout-out because he deserves it. Going 4 for 4 in a game. Crazy business in his second year. So he's getting that award for me, although really – technically, the the Clutch Award goes to Dugo. Okay, the final award goes to Aaron Boone. What rating out of 10 do we give Aaron Boone?
I want to keep giving him that 10 out of 10, but that's just too easy. So I'm giving him a 9 out of 10 just for, and look, in hindsight, it was the right move. But the fact that it pissed me off in the moment of pulling Hill 1 out away from qualifying for the win, I have to penalize him for it.
That's fair. And Rob has 9.5. I love it. NFE.
Well, even with Boone pulling Hill out, I'm going to give him a 10.
All right. Beautiful.
Yeah.
The fans. Jones got 10. FL has 8. Sean has 9. FJ has 9. And the winner is 9. So 9 out of 10.
8 down. Diver, I'm curious. Why the 8?
8's still good.
No, but I'm not saying he's crapping on Boone. I'm just curious. What made you go from everybody's like 9 to go 1 below? That's just curiosity for me. I don't have your number to call you and go
For
like,
me,
what happened?
yeah, you don't need him. What do you mean? 10, damn it? 9.5. I'm giving him 9.5 again for Luis Gil. But you know what? With that call to put the man on first in order to pitch to the pitcher, that's almost a 10 out of 10 move because that won us the series.
All right.
So I'm still going to stick with 9.5 because, again, taking Gil out was a little bit low, but I'm going to go with the 9.5.
I get it now. Can we, we're gonna have to get into it at some point. I know we're getting a little late into the show here, but Torres staying lead off is actually starting to aggravate me.
But who's your other option, though? I mean, they don't have a lot of options right now. It's like no. I mean, I'm in agreement that Torres should not be leading off. I think he should be at the number 5 spot. But who's your other? Who else do you have? I mean, I would say Verdugo, but not everybody's going to like that.
Yeah, but Verdugo's not off to the best start either.
That's what I'm saying.
That's where.
So FL Diver is saying Verdugo.
Volpe, look, I think Volpe would make a great leadoff hitter, but I don't want to fuck with him.
Tread slowly on that.
Where he is. I don't want to, he's playing. He's doing fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, look, Volpe's been hitting well. I'm not taking anything away from him, but let's not like move him up like right away. Yeah. Like let's not make this random move like they were doing last year. He was hitting well, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's hitting leadoff, and then he starts slumping, and then they start moving him again. Let's keep it consistent. I like what's happening here. Let's not give Boone any ideas.
So, but I don't think we're far away from my guy Volpe being the leadoff hitter, or even
no. I just think it's too soon.
Yeah. Eventually, I want him to get to that spot. I want him there, definitely, Donald. I want him at that leadoff spot. That's perfect for him. But I want to see more of that consistency from him with the hitting, and he's been doing well so far. But we're only 7 games in, right? So we gotta wait a little bit longer. We gotta see that progression grow even more.
Yeah, that's why I'm not overly bothered about Torres leading off for now. I think it's temporary, but what I will give credit for is the consistency. At least we have a consistent lineup. It's much better having a consistent lineup than chopping and changing because that's led to us losing games that we shouldn't have lost over the course of the last couple of years, and it's been costly. So I'm loving the fact that the Yankees are like, right, this is our lineup for now. We're sticking with it. I think that's the way to go. I really do. I think that's how you generate consistency, and that's why we're getting consistent results as a result. But is Torres the leadoff guy? No, he's a middle of the order bat. I keep saying it. For me, it should be Verdugo or Volpe. I think Volpe at the moment is great where he is, and then maybe in a couple months he'll be ready. But he's seen plenty of pitches, and he's got that speed. I quite like that speed element at the top of the order. How exciting could his speed be at the top of the order with Soto and then Judge and then Rizzo following them? That feels right to me. So it's something to explore. Right, so that was our award. So we should move on now. We've got a few minutes left. Let's touch on Johnny Lasagna going on the 60-day IL. How much does it affect our bullpen? Let's start with Uncle Tat.
I think the way he was starting the season, it looked like he was starting to go back to form, but the form that he did go back to was the injury. It's unfortunate because he was. I thought he'd have a solid year. Not having to, with Hamilton in the bullpen, I thought it was going to take the pressure off of Loizaga, and he was just going to be able to get back to himself. But the 60-day IL, it sucks. But the roster is deep enough where I don't even think we're going to feel it on the 26 man. We're not going to. We're not even going to notice that he's not there.
Oof, that's a bit harsh. But let's ask Anthony. What are you thinking?
When is he here? He's always hurt.
Yeah.
Well, that is true, man. But he
you
did
know,
pitch an important inning there in the AZ series. Like he was rounding into form to start the year, and he was getting high leverage situations, and he was pitching very, very well in that spot.
No, that's what I'm saying. He
Anthony.
was on the road to actually doing something, on the, getting back to form, but he just diverted back to the form of being, injury again.
Form of being.
I'm like,
yeah, I know.
I
Dude,
want to praise him. I do.
He's always injured. I'm not arguing that. That's absolute facts. There is absolute facts. There's things that are certain in this world, and one of them is going on the IL. He can't handle
like Brad puts here, death taxes and why is it on the IL?
Exactly. I mean, it just happens like the sun every day and the moon at night. It's just the thing with Johnny Lasagna. He can't handle it. You just can't handle it, and this sucks. Anything?
Yeah, is the bullpen going to be affected? I don't think so. They're so loaded in the bullpen. They have so much depth. I mean, this is the thing. Even with all that pitching that the Yankees lost this offseason, I mean, Cashman, did a good job of acquiring so many pitchers, right? And I was loving the idea of having 3 pitchers in the bullpen that could pitch multiple innings in Loaizaga, Hamilton, Weaver. But you still have Hamilton, you still have Weaver, right? And now they called up Dennis Santana. I'm excited to see what he does because he pitched very well during spring training.
Mm-hmm.
So Yankees have a lot of depth, man. They're loaded with arms, and the arms that they have right now, I am ecstatic with who they have. I mean, I'm going to mention Rob's favorite, Birdie. All right, he's been looking good. I like Caleb Ferguson. I'm hoping to see some stuff from Cousins. We'll see. We'll see. Hey, it's a match.
He's also the cousin of Kirk Cousins.
Oh, yeah, they're cousins and cousins that are known cousins. Yeah, we could. Yeah,
it's going to be the Todd Frazier Jeter thing all over again.
Yeah, but that's a Matt Blake project right there with Cousins.
Yeah.
It was the same thing when they got Clay Holmes, right? Or as people like to call him, Cardiac Clay. He came to the Yankees with a high 5 ERA. Look at him now. Even in those stressful situations, I mean, his ERA is still under 3. So maybe Matt Blake can work with him. Let's see what happens. Yankees get these guys, and we're just like, oh, this guy has a high ERA, but then they look like studs when they go out there. So. But to your original question, I don't think it's going to affect the bullpen that much. I really don't. They are loaded with so much depth that I think missing Loaizaga, it's not going to hurt. And the thing is, he's always hurt. It's unfortunate. It's sad actually. I like him. I like Loaizaga. He's an excellent pitcher, but he's just always hurt. So, he was hurt last year. Did we really miss him? Not really. Because Yankees had other arms. So, and this year it's the same. It's the same case.
Dev finished this. Please everyone wish my niece happy birthday today. Happy birthday to Dev's niece. No, you're right about Lasagna. Another name I would bring in is Clayton Beater. I think Clayton Beater I'm a huge fan of. He only had 3 pitches in his last outing. He was sensational. Don't know why he got sent down. I think he's got sent down to stretch out as a starter.
Yeah.
I
think they were
sorry. They might consider that as a future replacement for Nestor Cortez and his shitty cutter. Excuse me.
Yeah. I was going to bring up, I think they were also thin at the pitching in the minor leagues. So I think that's why they sent Beater down there.
Well, they traded half of them away.
What was that?
They traded most of them away.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got rid of 8 pitches this offseason.
We will see some of Santana. We'll see what Santana's all about. I'd quite like to see Clayton Beater back because I think he's best out of the bullpen. But
he'll be back.
He'll be back soon. I think he's got a big role to play. But yeah, we've got plenty of arms. I'm not concerned about it. It's just a shame for Loaizaga because he was looking like he was getting back to the old Loaizaga, and that really affects his career. I think as a Yankee going forward. So it's a shame really for him. Yeah, you brought up cardiac clay. It's interesting the amount of accounts that are trying to be hot take Harrys and being like, oh, we've got the next Mariano Rivera. We do not have the next Mariano Rivera. Stop it. Stop it. Just because you have access to a laptop and the metrics doesn't mean that because he's got similar metrics to Mariano Rivera 98, stop it. It doesn't mean anything. You can't compare eras with metrics that have only been applied to baseball over the last couple of years. You can't compare eras. You can't compare Babe Ruth to the modern era. You can't compare Derek Jeter to the modern shortstop because they never had that as part of the equation in terms of evaluation, in terms of development. They never had that. So why should we unfairly compare to the modern era? You can't compare anyone to the previous era. You just can't do it. Stop it. Mariano Rivera is a once in a lifetime, once in a generation closer. There is no comparison. And if anyone wants to know who I'm referring to, I don't want to give them the credit. So what I'll say is you can go into my mentions as I went to town on them a couple of times, but they just think because they got a microphone and a podcast that they can go and spout nonsense that he's Mariano Rivera. He's the modern day Mariano. Is he shit? Stop it. You don't need to always have a hot take. You don't. Right? Just because you have access to a microphone doesn't mean you use this as an opportunity as a hot take, because there's a lot of young kids, young fans that want to learn the game that are being unfairly influenced by these hot takes that are throwing it in the wrong direction, thinking that Clay Holmes is what Mariano Rivera is just because they had a singular pitch. No, there's a lot of different factors to it. And if I have to use this as a platform to speak the truth, to educate Uncle Tats, NFE, we've been robbed. We've lived it, and we actually know what Rivera was and is, including Jeter. You can't tell Jeter people that you can't tell me that Derek Jeter was a weak shortstop just because his metric range at shortstop wasn't high. If anyone watched him every day, you knew he was a sensational shortstop because he made every single play in the biggest moments, and his IQ is through the roof. No metric ever evaluate that. So I just want to go to town on that because that was.
Well, who was it? Brett, was it Betts last week that tried the Jeter throw and failed miserably?
Yeah, there you go. Can't happen.
Mookie Betts, one of the best, one of the better players in the league these days, couldn't make the same throw that Jeter did without even thinking about it. And this whole thing with Rivera and Holmes, come on now. Stop. Put the binder away, right? When you go to history class today in high school, right? I want you to sneak onto your phone, right? You have my permission. And I want you to go on YouTube. I want you to watch the highlights of Mariano Rivera because obviously you're looking at his numbers on a screen. Watch the guy pitch.
Yes.
Before you try comparing Holmes to Rivera. Because I don't know what kind of clicks you're trying to get, but you're not getting the proper ones.
No. I would rather get the proper clicks than the hot take clicks, the bait clicks. I don't believe in baiting. Even if it gets you 1,000 more views, I don't believe in baiting because it's unfair to the young fan who isn't there. And you should use your platform to educate and point in the right direction, not just to use metrics as an absolute factual comparison, because there's a lot of different variations and you can use stats to manipulate every kind of argument you ever can. You use your stats to help, but you should only use the metrics to compare the modern era. You can't compare them to the previous era. Oh, he's got a similar F war to Mariano Rivera 98. Give me a freaking break. Stop it. So I've just had to get that rant out the way because I don't want to mention the account because it pissed me off something rotten and they don't deserve the extra credit.
In short, basically, Donald is telling you go kick rocks. That's what Donald's saying.
Exactly.
But yeah, there is no
in a nice way. Yeah, just watch the film. Stay away from the metrics. Just watch the film.
there is only one Mariano Rivera, and there will never be another Mariano Rivera. They've tried to compare all different closers to Mariano, not just Yankees closers, just closers in general. You always heard like, and I'm not taking anything away from him, but like Eric Gagne, Trevor Hoffman, Billy Wagner, right? These guys were good closers, but they were nowhere near Mariano's level. And Clay Holmes, look, I like Clay Holmes. All right, the cardiac Clay was a joke. I like Clay Holmes, but he's no Mariano Rivera.
It's a good joke.
Yeah, it's a good joke, but I like the guy. I like Clay, but he's not Mariano Rivera. So I don't whoever this person or account that you're referring to, I think I know. I might have an idea, but yeah, go kick rocks.
It was trending.
I saw the caption, above the video that was going, and then it made me not. I'll be honest, I didn't even watch it because I don't want to be put in a bad mood. And I'm not feeding into people's clickbait. I'm sorry. Look, you guys have all been with me for a while now. I make my mistakes, but I don't make mistakes and then go post it on social media for a click. I try to forget when I fuck up. Donald, he's got a binder about that check. He's got a list of more mistakes I've made than Aaron Boone and Cashman have excuses.
Yeah, but they're honest ones, man. They're not trying to get a hot take, and I don't believe in hot takes to gain notoriety, and I don't believe in hot takes in order to take away from a previous era. I don't think that's fair because people want this modern era to be the best. It's always fair to not do that for people that maybe are still learning the game or still trying to widen their knowledge. So I do recommend watching the film rather than just looking at the stat sheet. That's the last I'll say on it. But
that's also where it's generational, right? Because like when we watched, like what was it, Reese Hoskins and Jeff McNeil. Like I went back and watched it. I didn't think it was. I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's nothing. From the collisions that we would see growing up. And they're thinking that's like this insanely dirty hit. I'm like, are you kidding? I'm like, rub a little dirt on it and get back on get back in the position. Mm-hmm. They just. I don't want to say they're soft, but I think that you're starting to see where as they make these rule changes, it's starting to flow into the mentality of the competitiveness of the game, and they're trying to make it more sportsmanlike, and they're taking the competition away from it.
But just the game has changed. We got bigger bases, we got pitch clocks, we got different ways in which the game has changed. The ball has been manipulated more times than I've had hot dinners. I mean, the game has changed, right? So you can't automatically compare to something that happened 30, 40 years ago. The game has changed. The way in which your abilities were evaluated has changed. All that has changed. Yep. Back in the day it was about ERA, right? And now it's not about ERA. It's about other things. And there's other metrics and other stats that weren't evaluated back in the day. So you can't automatically compare. It's just not fair. And also, there's only one of each guy. There's only one Mo. There's only one Goose. There's only one Garrick. There's only one DiMaggio. Only one Jeter. Only one Babe Ruth. You can be yourself, though. Clay Holmes could be the best Clay Holmes. As long as Clay Holmes is the best Clay Holmes that he can possibly be, that's all I care about. I don't need a comparison. Exactly. That's what people need to learn. You don't need Volpe to be Derek Jeter. Have Volpe be Volpe, the best Volpe that he can possibly be. And then when it's all decided at the end, then you can evaluate where he stands. But yeah, this hot take where, let's look at this small sample size and then compare it to the large sample size 30 years ago and say that he's on a trajectory to be better. You cannot evaluate that way. That's not how you evaluate. It's not how you evaluate sports. That's not how you evaluate baseball. You can't say over a short period of time, Daniel Jones has as many yards as Eli Manning in a short sample size. You can't do it, right? You can't compare because once I go to the Hall of Fame Another one's about to lose his job. So there you go, Giant fans. Enjoy that. So there you, there you go. You can't compare short sample sizes. It's not fair. And that end of rant. It's stupid.
Yep. NFA, before we sign off, let's get your rant into the ring.
As far as the whole Mo thing, or
or like with the rule, like comparing the eras.
Yeah, I look different eras, different times. I mean, to add to what Donald was saying, like Jeff Passan apparently put out this tweet about Babe Ruth and that he wouldn't be able to play in today's game. And I'm like, we don't know that. Like the game has changed. We don't know that. Like, stop making these comparisons from years ago. Like we don't know, and then it's frustrating to listen to this type of stuff. It really is, because I don't really respond to these tweets because I just, for me personally, it's kind of a waste of time. But I just read it and I'm like, oh boy, here we go. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put my phone away for now.
It's a smart call.
Yeah.
Before we sign off, let's touch on opening day, which is today, and which everyone's excited about. People traveling to the game, be safe with the crazy earthquake. I don't think anyone was expecting that in the tri-state area. So be safe when you're traveling. Enjoy the game. Let's touch on the game. Has the lineup's been announced yet?
Yep. Let me just
bring it up.
And then close my phone out to close out. There we go. All right. We got I don't want them. All right. So here we go. Yankees lineup. Leading off, Torres at second base. Batting second and right field, Juan Soto. That's going to be one hell of a roll call this tonight. Batting third and center is Judge. Batting fourth by mistake, DH Stanton.
Mistake.
Batting fifth, playing first is Rizzo. Then we got Volpe at short, Verdugo in left. Birdie is playing third. Trevino is catching.
Where did the Big G end up?
Now, why is Stanton going to line up and not freaking Cabrera?
I agree with giving Birdie a shot, to be honest. I think Birdie does deserve it.
Like Cabrera DH.
Yeah.
The guy, he's the main reason we're 6-1. You're not going to let him get on the field for a fucking roll call? Come on, talk about not reading the fans.
Big G should not be cleaning up. I don't know. He's got such a big hole in his swing. Should he be cleaning up? But I don't know. But hey, it's still a good lineup. What do you guys think?
No, the lineup it is what it is. Let's just hope they get another win. They're 6-1. All right. Even with some of the struggles from some players, they're 6-1. So I feel good. Even with this lineup, I feel good. We should still have Stanton bat fifth, but
my mom just texted me, stop with the F-bombs. Sorry, Mom.
You tell him, Mom. You tell him. I'm on Mom's side over here. Oh, that's awesome.
That's his mom is the GOAT.
I'll tell you what, if my mother heard me, she probably would come over and smack the hell out of me. So even still, I don't care how old I am. She'll just be like, what? Bam, shut up.
The game's got to play out. I really wanted to. I wanted to see Cabrera get. What is Mama Tass? Well, yeah, she did swing the gal. You have no idea. It's just not like him. That's Mom right in the.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mama Tats. How are you?
Thank you, everybody in the chat.
Message that we received in about a week.
She keeps an eye on me.
I love it. It's important.
Set him straight.
Keep me in check.
That's the best. That's the best.
look, Cabrera's played. He's played in every game. So yeah, everybody's going to get a day off, right? That's just the way it is. So it just sucks that it's the home opener that Cabrera's getting his, especially after yesterday there was no game. But is that we still got to play the game out?
Let's look at the pitching matchup.
Yep, we're gonna have Kikuchi against Stroman, and look, Stroman asked for this. Deliver. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Stroman's going to come out with some fire, just like he did in Houston. But I think this fire is going to be even bigger, especially for the home opener. This is what he wanted. He's a New York native. I mean, this is perfect. What better opportunity for him to go out there and prove himself? And I made a prediction that he'll, strike out 4, walk 2, give up 2 runs.
Stroman has been absolutely phenomenal since coming in.
Yeah.
It was such a great call by the Yankees organization to make this deal happen. We got him on a team-friendly deal, and he's pitching like he's always wanted to be a Yankee. And I think he's going to again deliver today. I think that was a great call, and I'm really excited. Let's go. Let's get the predictions in. First of all, before we go to Nostradamus, NFE, what's your score prediction?
Score prediction, Nostradamus. I think we'll see a score of. Let's go 5-3.
I like it. NYY?
Yeah,
6-2 Yankees. And Bobby Nostradamus, what's your prediction?
I'm going to say 7-4 Yankees.
7-4. You heard it here first, guys. Just
right.
Remember, 7-4 Yankees. That might be the correct score. Let's go 6-4 Yanks. I do think the Yanks are going to win it on the home opener. And I think Soto's going to go yard. That's my prediction. Soto's going to go yard, and the stadium is going to go absolutely insane. So that's my prediction. Joan has 7-3 Yanks. And that will close out the show today. Enjoy opening day at the stadium. Thank you, everyone who's joined us. NFE, thank you so much. Again, you are the GOAT. We look forward to talking to you tomorrow. And it's been an absolute pleasure to talk Yankees again with y'all. Uncle Tats, close it out and salute to Uncle Tats.
Tomorrow, don't forget, like we said at the beginning of the show, tomorrow is our fundraiser marathon for Parkinson's Awareness Month. So we will be live from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. We'll have a ton of guests. We've gone through them all. And if you will be back with us tomorrow, donating some time, we appreciate him for that. You're also going to have NYY Underground joining us, Morning Brew Sports, 161 River Avenue, 4 Train Express, Talking Rivals. We're going to, Ball 9 is going to be joining us as well, and a lot of other people. So make sure you check that out. We'll have the links throughout the whole day on the stream tomorrow of how to donate. So whether it's $1 or whatever you can, it will definitely be going to a great cause, and will benefit a lot of people close to us. So make sure you tune in for that. If you can't make it, at least just share it out, right? You'll see it's already scheduled on our YouTube page. So if you can share out the event. The posters are all in our social medias. So with that being said, to close out this show, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that sub button. We are on the road to 700 subscribers. Let's get there. Come on, let's go. Chop, chop. But, and as I always say, share this out with your friends, your family, the stranger around the corner. And as I always say, wear your pinstripes of pride and play hard.